Okay, welcome to another one of my Silverhawk videos. Today, we'll be talking about Silverhawks memories and my top 3 Silverhawks. Okay, for me, Silverhawks aired, I want to say probably around junior high or high school. Usually about the lead into Toonami, I believe it was. It was during the era when I was going to school. And it was usually part of a block. I think it was Thundercats and Silverhawks. I think later on it was a morning block, but it was usually those two back to back. It wasn't until later on I would get to see some other episodes later on. Obviously, that was some of my favorites, but yeah. The thing I remember at the end was, at the end they would always have the thing with the Bluegrass and the Copper Kid, where you would see the Copper Kid in the simulator and Bluegrass would always quiz him on different science facts. I never understood that until I watched the behind the scenes thing. That was actually, I think it was part of the thing to make the show educational. I think it was a part of the thing where the writers were trying to add educational value to the show. So the fact that yes, this show had action, but it also had some educational facts that the Thundercats didn't have. I think that was added into like I think there was more officially added into the last series they did, which was Tiger Sharks. As that was more sea-based. Okay, my top 3 favorite Silverhawks. Number 3 is Condor. Now this is a old-time Silverhawk. From what I understand, he was one of the original Silverhawks who retired, went to private investigators, be a private investigator. I kind of refer to him as sort of the Sam Spade / Philip Marlowe of the Silverhawks. I didn't realize till later that he was actually a cowboy. But he's more of a Will Rogers type, as he uses a lasso. That seems to be, he has kind of a gun type deal. But yeah, he is definitely sort of kind of the last. He was from the same era as Stargazer, so he has that whole thing where he actually doesn't have built-in wings, which I think makes him kind of unique. I didn't realize until later that he was actually a cowboy as well, which makes him another favorite of mine. Number 2, Flashback. He was one of the later characters that came on later on in the series. First of all, he's a time traveler. He was one of the later Silverhawks, and he's wearing green armor. If you know me, you know I love the color green. But he's a time traveler. He only appears several times in the series. If you want to compare him to Sonic franchise, he's a bit like Silver. But I think he stays around in the present. Power Rangers also has a time traveler. I believe in the series Power Rangers SPD, there's a time traveler as well. So time travelers are not uncommon in superhero shows. So I don't know if Flashback was the first time travel icon I ever saw on in a TV show. And then, of course, my favorite Silverhawk I've mentioned before, Bluegrass. He's the only Silverhawk that doesn't have flying abilities, but he does have a laser blasting guitar and is the pilot of the Silverhawk ship, the Mirage. Overall, yeah, probably not the top 3 Silverhawks you would thought I would mention, but those are my top 3. Next time, I'll tell you guys about my top 3 Silverhawks villains.